Inside the Boeing E-3 Sentry, how AWACS controls the sky. Have you ever wondered how modern airspace stays organized when dozens of aircraft are moving at high speed, often far beyond what pilots can see with their own eyes? How do crews maintain awareness, coordinate routes, and prevent chaos in the sky? The answer is a unique kind of aircraft that doesn't just fly through the sky, it watches over it. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand how this system really works, you'll never look at aviation the same way again. And if you enjoy deep, clear explanations of aviation technology, make sure to subscribe. This is where complex systems become simple. Let's begin. At first glance, the E-3 Sentry looks like a modified airliner with a large rotating disc mounted on top. That disc, called a radome, is not just for show. Inside, it sits one of the most important airborne radar systems ever developed. The idea behind AWACS, Airborne Warning and Control System, is simple but powerful. Instead of relying only on ground-based radar, which is limited by the curvature of the Earth and terrain, you place the radar high in the sky. From that elevated position, the radar can see much farther, covering vast areas that would otherwise be hidden. Imagine standing on a hill compared to standing in a valley. Your view expands dramatically. Now, take that concept and raise it to several kilometers in altitude, and you begin to understand the advantage. But the E-3 is not just about seeing farther. It's about understanding what it sees. Inside the aircraft, a team of operators works together in a highly coordinated environment. They are not pilots flying the plane. They are managing information. Their job is to interpret radar data, identify aircraft, monitor movement patterns, and maintain a real-time picture of everything happening in the monitored airspace. This is where things become fascinating. Radar works by sending out electromagnetic waves and listening for their reflections. When those waves hit an object like an aircraft, part of the energy bounces back. By measuring how long it takes for the signal to return, the system can determine distance. By analyzing the change in frequency, it can estimate speed. And by rotating the antenna, it can determine direction. The rotating radome on the E-3 allows continuous 360-degree coverage. As it spins, it scans the sky in all directions, building a constantly updated map of targets. But raw radar returns are not enough. The sky is full of noise, reflections from terrain, weather, and even atmospheric conditions. Separating meaningful targets from background clutter requires advanced processing. This is where onboard systems come in. They filter, classify, and track objects over time. Instead of seeing random blips, operators see structured information: position, altitude, heading, and speed. And here's the key point. The system doesn't just detect aircraft. It tracks them continuously. Tracking means predicting where a target will be next, not just where it is now. This allows operators to maintain awareness even if signals briefly weaken or overlap. Now imagine dozens, sometimes hundreds of targets being tracked simultaneously. This is why the human element is still essential. Even with automation, trained operators interpret patterns, make decisions, and ensure that the data makes sense. Another important aspect is identification. Not every object in the sky is unknown. Many aircraft broadcast identification signals, allowing the system to distinguish between different types of traffic. By combining radar data with identification systems, operators can build a clear and organized picture. Think of it as turning a chaotic sky into a structured map. But the E-3 goes even further. It doesn't just observe, it communicates. Using secure communication systems, the aircraft can share information with other platforms in real time. This means that what the E-3 sees can be transmitted instantly to pilots, ground stations, and other systems. Instead of each aircraft relying only on its own sensors, they become part of a larger network. This concept is often called network-centric operations. The idea is simple. Shared information creates a more complete understanding than isolated data. And this is where the phrase "controls the sky" really makes sense. The E-3 acts as a central node, organizing information, coordinating movement, and maintaining situational awareness across a wide area. Let's break down how this works in practice. Imagine multiple aircraft operating in the same region. Without coordination, each pilot would rely on onboard sensors and visual awareness. That works at short range, but it quickly becomes limited. With an airborne system like the E-3, the picture changes completely. Operators can monitor the entire area, track all participating aircraft, and provide guidance based on a complete overview. They can suggest optimal routes, maintain safe separation, and ensure efficient movement. This is not about control in a strict sense. It's about coordination and awareness. Another key advantage is persistence. Because the E-3 can remain airborne for extended periods, it provides continuous coverage. Ground-based systems may have gaps due to terrain or distance, but an airborne platform reduces those gaps significantly. The higher vantage point also helps overcome one of the biggest limitations of radar: the horizon. Due to the curvature of the Earth, ground radar cannot see objects beyond a certain distance at low altitude. By elevating the radar, the E-3 extends that range dramatically. This is especially important for detecting low-flying aircraft that might otherwise remain hidden. Now let's talk about scale. The coverage area of an E-3 is enormous. From its operating altitude, it can monitor a region hundreds of kilometers across. This makes it one of the most powerful situational awareness tools in aviation. But with great coverage comes great complexity. Managing such a large volume of data requires not only advanced systems, but also well-trained crews. Coordination inside the aircraft is just as important as coordination outside. Each operator has a specific role. Some focus on tracking, others on communication, and others on overall coordination. Together, they form a system that is both technological and human. And this balance is what makes the E-3 so effective. It's not just a machine, it's a flying command center. Now, you might be wondering how this compares to other aircraft systems. Many modern aircraft have advanced onboard sensors, including radar and infrared systems. These provide detailed information, but usually within a limited range. The E-3 complements these systems by providing a broader view. Instead of focusing on a single aircraft's perspective, it builds a shared picture. Think of it as the difference between looking through a window and looking at a map. Both are useful, but the map gives you context. Another interesting aspect is adaptability. The E-3 is not limited to a single type of operation. Its systems can be adjusted based on the mission. Different modes allow operators to focus on specific types of targets or conditions. This flexibility makes it relevant across a wide range of scenarios. Over time, the technology has also evolved. Upgrades have improved processing power, communication capabilities, and display systems. What started as a groundbreaking concept decades ago has become even more refined and capable. Yet the core idea remains the same. Elevate the sensor, expand the view, and share the information. And that idea is still incredibly powerful. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Aviation is becoming more complex every year. Airspace is more crowded, systems are more advanced, and the need for coordination is greater than ever. In this environment, having a centralized awareness platform is not just useful, it's essential. The E-3 represents one of the clearest examples of how technology and human expertise can work together to manage complexity. It takes raw data from the environment, processes it, organizes it, and turns it into actionable awareness. And it does all of this while flying thousands of meters above the ground, scanning the horizon in every direction. So the next time you see that distinctive radar dome on top of an aircraft, remember what it represents. It's not just a sensor, it's a system that turns the sky into something understandable. It's a platform that connects aircraft, operators, and information into a single network. And in many ways, it is the quiet coordinator behind the scenes. The reason everything in the sky can move with precision and clarity. If you made it this far, you now understand one of the most important systems in modern aviation. And this is just the beginning. Because once you understand how systems like the E-3 work, you can start to see the bigger picture of how aviation as a whole operates. Thanks for watching.